What up, my people? I go by the name T-Ram, aka the stylish rapper, aka Conshon, aka Fire, aka what I say, BBB. You watching Davcadotv. Keep it locked. Don't go nowhere.
To respect rules, especially BBT. Now, there's this video of a young man approaching actually Jonas. And it's not a young man, an old man. And today in our editorial meeting, it came up. And the reason why it came up, and I said, normally we don't discuss stuff like that. But where the utterances of the old man shows to say, such people are not supposed to be living among Americans. And you see, when you do politics with emotions, when you do politics with tribe, what happens? And then they say, it gets to a point whereby you lose your senses. You don't become intelligent again. So I saw a video, and myself and my team, we watched, it was Twene Jonas. And so I have no problems with him. There's been a time I think he has thrown shit at me. I did not respond. Because Obia is entitled to their opinion. I think once I have spoken about Twene Jonas before, and it was some joke I made. I have seen a video of Twene Jonas and a man be confronting. And this man is 65 years, a Ghanaian in America. Now, the reason I'm doing this is the Ghana phobia abrucheti as say, see eti krom ha, the moment eti krom ha, it binds all of us. It does not matter your age, it does not matter your tribe, it does not matter the political party you are affiliated in Ghana. When you live on this soil, you are a Ghanaian, you have to abide by the rules here. So because memeti krom hana, tomorrow I don't know who I'm going to meet, which person is going to confront me, When I see anybody do things any right in this country, I will have to react. Because tomorrow might be me. Tomorrow it might be my daughter. So what we do here, as much as we are trying to check the system, we are also trying to protect the system. And that is what America is made out of. America is all about protecting the system. Because the more you protect the system, the more you are protected. So who say obi attack obi baby. Na sa waka say we de nipa nan kwa se mitwem a ebia nipa nan kasa ye attacking and emfa no ho. Ebia nipa nan ye attacking no ohun ni say normal. But because I don't want that person or attacking we are or they become new opportunity, I need to call the cops on you. So me beto say obi threaten obi. Na waka just mebo tuo. Na se mitwem a ebia nipa nan ye se mebo tuo no on the or you protected on him how he can defend himself. But my problem should be, so when to me amboni pani tuwa, or tam tuo na, or beba me so, and or beba me reso, and or beba me baso. So I have to take a decision. That person will be taken off the streets of America. Send your beya, my life, my family's life, my friends, their lives will be protected. Now I'm going to show you a video of a man who basically approached Twene Jonas, and a 65-year-old man, Ghanaian. And the kind of words if you mobile, so we are going to take action. Also, a taxi driver in New York City. I go to New York City a lot. I pick a lot of taxis. And I don't want to end up in a taxi. Somebody who openly on camera says, "Obe to me, Abba pa am kubi." It is a dangerous statement, and we will take it up. With all due respect, Twene Jonas can decide not to act. It is his own decision, and I don't have a problem with him. But as I live in America, people like that are not supposed to be on the streets, especially people like that who drive taxis. They're dangerous. So we have taken it upon ourselves to reach out to the taxi union of this New York. We are going to write official statement for this man to be taken off taxi. He should not be able to drive taxi, and some rules are supposed to apply. That's what I'm saying. Say, Twene Jonas is a different individual. He can decide to take action or decide not to take action. That one, it is decision. But as far as I live in America, I will make sure that this old man who is 65 years, a Ghanaian living in America. Now let's listen to this man and the words that came out of his mouth. Also a taxi driver. So we are taking it upon ourselves for people like that to be taken off the streets. Taxi no or say a unified taxi. Sir, in summer or can we have to make sure such a person is not walking on the streets of New York. I've lived in New York before for about 7 years, and I know what I'm talking about. This is the old man and Twene Jonas.
Jonas, Monsieur will make my $500. I'm here work for you.
But the problem is that material. Yeah.
But what time did you Jonas?
I put you in the
we are winning in chat. We hear the 2 months. Yo, Samima Yabonia, catch them, Papa, and Anemia, a deal we away. Yet the boy would be something. Oh, I was champagne. Oh, every boys there, the TV. Everyone are bloggers and almost paid.
Now, I just want to say this. Even in America, and with all due respect, I am not going to defend Chidi Jonas on his statement or his remarks. No, because nobody should defend me on my statement or my remarks. Chidi Jonas, he knows what he's doing. He's not a kid. He lives in America. He pays his own bills. He takes care of his own business. His remarks are his remarks. He has the right to defend his remarks. You get what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and defend Chidi Jonas what he has to say or what he doesn't have to say. He's a grown-ass man. He knows his decisions, the Obebiano. Now, for this man to make it look like, say, one, or no, because you see, you might think, the statement he made, a vague statement. It is not. Say, met my bopa $500. Emma will be a take you life. Now, that statement, you can go to court. You will have to defend yourself. Now, my issue now is for a 65-year-old man, or a Ghanaian, say our problem with Chidi Jonas words are here. That is his own problem. But to go further to say you were a cab driver, uchi taxi. Now, my bopa $500. That means that the probability so I be paying high. Listen to me. Say utumika say. Ubetuma bopa $500 emiye kuchiri Jonas atwachnia. Now it means say the probability of you why be done it is high. So it is not you justifying it because say but if he's using words you don't like, it is your problem. In America, Krampona Yetihano, you see people go after presidents, harsh words. People go after senators. People go after congressmen. Nobody has been able to stand on the streets of New York as a taxi driver to say, I can put $500 on your head for you to be taken care of, but I will not do it. That statement is a threat, and it's a threat to any person who sits in this man's taxi. Because it can be, sir, one day, he will end up exchanging words with somebody in his taxi, and then he will make sure that that person is killed. The statement he made was against me, but as somebody who lives here, I think this old man who is 65 years does not deserve to be driving cab. Now, Sanka bo brapa pebi wo wiase na wotia. So obet in America no say enye brand na ediebu ebu abowa. Enye enkwasi abra na obebo ya 65 years uchi taxi wa America. 65 years. Sankanya Jimmy na obet na ha Jimmy ye na nka obo bra ye. Ena nka Ghana na wunsuo so obekwa akowu a. De na nka 65 years otna ha. Eka said yen uchi taxi a won ferry. Enye nkwasi abra na obebo ya. Enye sansa bra na obebo ya. Enye Ghana na asay na usro se obekwa koreta wo ha. Lanka ede na at age 65. Onam New York ebragi se oya taxi driver won ferry. Are you not ashamed? Enye time. It is a Chidi Jonas Krampo use harsh words against leaders in Ghana. Say omuma nyoma nye ye na peyin toto jiminiti sawo. Utumi kofie eko tena because make us say yare etuatua woto usro se uko Ghana na watwe miensa ubewu. In your act of advising the young man, you were threatening the young man. We are going to send a formal complaint to TLC. We are going to call them tomorrow. We will add this video and let them know. And there are other platforms in New York. We are going to push this video. Put the translation on it. For people in New York to know that this man does not deserve to drive cab, taxi in New York or dangerous. He's threatening to murder somebody in a jovial way. And you see, when it comes to threat, there's no joke in threats. And anytime I start to make I will say, Say me twam na papa we ka say Twene Jonas metum the nipa mama obia bowtuo because of $500, but me nya I will let the police arrest him because my life is at stake. Because of the free Twene Jonas so no anya kura or the bay of fufro, and the probability say why sad no it is there. So they need to run checks on this man. I am not going to hold brief for Twene Jonas. What he does, a no decision. Whatever he says, he's a grown-ass man. He's over 18 years. I am also a grown man. I am 18 and over. So I can defend my utterances. And so as he. But for this old man at age 65, for you to stand in front of a police station to tell another person living on this soil, say, you can just put $500 on his head into Ochina. Nyamin pengu. Na Twene Jonas, Bibiatona, you are a prime suspect. You have to rot in jail and die. You have to be taken to court. You need to be jailed. Now, Mr. S, get me the screenshot of his face. And I'm going to send this message. And this is something that we need to be doing often. And this man, and like I started saying, Twene Jonas can decide not to take any action. I respect his decision. But as I live on this land and I do business in New York, I'll take action. And I'll have to make sure TLC, the taxi union of New York, they call this man and tell him not to sit behind any steer as a commercial driver or a dangerous to every American citizen. Because the utterances alone, the probability it is high. Auntie, Mr. S, get me a screenshot of his face. I think I have it, Mr. S. Mr. S, don't worry, I have it. Now, this man, I don't know his name, but I know by tomorrow we will get his full name. We will get his address. I know we will be able to pull out where he lives. We will let everybody know where he lives and the kind of person he is. We know we are going to get a lot of people showing information about this man. The authorities to deal with him. This man is a dangerous man on the streets of New York. And if you know any friend in New York who is a taxi cab, anybody who basically picks taxis a lot in New York, I have a lot of friends who basically park their cars and commute with taxis. If you know anyone on the streets of New York who basically purchases taxis a lot, you need to understand this man is a taxi cab driver. He's 65 years old, a Ghanaian living here. I don't know whether he's a citizen. He basically is threatening another Ghanaian on the streets of New York that he can just put a $500 bounty on his head and he'll be taken off the streets. This man is dangerous to every American. And the TLC needs to know that when people like these, the kind of intentions and the kind of utterances they make, people like these are not supposed to be aligned or associated with the New York Taxi Association. So if you live in New York, if you are a friend to anybody who is a taxi driver, this gentleman has to be taken off the street. He does not have to be a cab driver in New York City. We are going to officially send an email to make sure he's taken off the streets of New York. This guy sounds like a psychopath. You might think he's joking. He isn't. And he has put every single American's life at risk. He just told this man he can spend just $500 for him to be taken off the street, technically for him to be killed, all because he does not support the kind of language he uses against the leadership in Ghana. The gentleman has the right to speak his mind. This is America. He has the right to free speech. So for another person living on this land to walk to him, to make such a statement, it is not just against the young man, but it is against every single American who bought taxi in New York City. So we will make sure this man is taken off the streets of New York. He never gets a commercial license to drive taxi in New York City. We will follow up tomorrow, and whatever response we get, we will let you know.